Hey y'all, we're gonna work on the camper today. So what we're doing is flooring and some cabinets in here and a table. And that'll pretty much bring the inside up to snuff. Eventually I'll do some bedding. These are the original beds. They are 52, almost 53 years old, so you can tell, you know, they've had some years and their lifetime's over. They're still intact, they're not ripped, but you know, I myself just really don't want to sleep on that. So we're gonna update those eventually, but just today, we're gonna do the floor and some cabinets and a table, maybe. So these are the cabinets that I got. Just happened to walk in Lowe's and see them, and I said, hey, that'll be perfect in the bottom there. So they're 12 by 12 by 30. They're gray and the shaker style. I need to get hardware and stuff for them, but I think they'll work out really nicely. So how this works is this bed slides in, and it slides in, it drops down. And then this one slides on top, and then the lids close up on top of that, and that's how the camper closes. So when this one comes in and slides in, you still have about 14 inches here, and those cabinets being 12 plus a little pad to sit on will make great little seats, and they'll fit underneath everything. So I can store, you know, maybe one part of the cabinet will be for things that need to stay in the camper at all times, some straps, extra lights, things, some tools, you know, everything that I need to fix this on the side of the road. And then everything else can just be, you know, things that stay in the camper, pots and pans, anything else, clothes, whatever. So as a floor, I've got this peel and stick wood. I figured something peel and stick would be a lot better than something not, because it'll kind of stay in there. I'm not going to peel and stick it directly to the floor. I want to try to make like a subfloor out of something really thin and lightweight, and then stick this to that. I'm already adding a lot more weight than I wanted to with these cabinets and the floor. The floor weighs probably 4 times what those cabinets do. This is not light, but I think we'll be all right. The original floor is actually still intact. I guess I just ripped that, but you know, that's not really a color I want to go with. We'll leave that down there. I'll take this carpet out and use that as a pattern, and then we'll go back on top with the wood and the new subfloor. So before we start, I guess I'll give you some history on this. This is a 1969 Apache Falcon. It has the Apache Eagle lids on it, on each side, and they fold up top. And this was kind of like your base model camper. The Eagle was a lot nicer, and I think they might have had one in between. So I bought a parts Apache Eagle to rob the table out of for parts and these lids, and they're now bolted on. These came with a soft road cover is what they called it from the factory, and it was just a big piece of canvas that clamped onto here with little snaps, and I didn't really feel like it was super secure. I was waiting for it to just fall off one day on the road. So, and I really wanted the little clamshells because they look cool. It looks kind of like that old vintage camper. They look good. So got those now installed. The table's going in. So essentially it's an Eagle, 52 years old now, or 53. So here's a few pictures of what these looked like in ads back in the day. They're you can tell they have a really good look to them. Functionality, you know, they're not the best. They're not as versatile as like a canned ham camper would be, but they're pretty good. Just because it's a tent, you know, you can't just pull off on the side of the road and stay somewhere. You can't just pull off into a Walmart and stay overnight. You know, you kind of need to be in a campsite. You need to take about 45 minutes or half hour to get everything set up, you know, pull it out. It doesn't take that long to slide and set up, but to get everything right, it takes a little bit of time. And then plus, you know, everything else, if you're gonna cook, you gotta pull all that out after and set that up. So, but these are super neat little campers, and I'm excited to finally get this one a little bit cleaned up so I can use it. I've stayed in it once just to kind of test it, see, one, did I like it, and two, what do I need to improve on? And I've got everything I need to improve on. I just need to do it. Most of that was all stuff I brought with me, but I did want to clean this one up because the carpet is kind of gross in it. Okay, so I've made some marks on the original or existing carpet, and just because it doesn't fit right in some spots, this is crooked, this is overlapping here, and then it's, you know, too short here, and it's a little long in the back, and, you know, too long over here. Essentially, I mean, I think I'm gonna try to, where the seam is, come back and cut maybe a ½ inch or so out of that, re-put it back together and put it back in here and see if that fixes all these problems besides it being too long, because everything's just shifted over a little bit. So I think that'll help. Once I get this fitting pretty good, then I'll use it as a pattern. This is a little bit forward, so maybe I'll try to work with that and get that right. This one fits okay, it's a little back. So they're kind of opposite, but we'll see how this goes. All right, that was a lot simpler than I thought it was. That took about 30 seconds. I just peeled this side up at this seam, slid it over, so it fits, you know, it fits nice there. If you lay this back down, that's acceptable. This is fitting okay, actually. I'll just leave these where they are. Might bend a little bit and I can trim it. The back fits nice. When I peeled it up, I slid this one back, so it's pretty much where the other ones are, and this can be cut a little longer, and that would be just absolutely perfect. I could pull the original floor out that's underneath here, but I'm really scared of tearing it. I don't think I want to do that, so we'll use this carpet as a pattern. It's close enough. All right, I got the carpet out, and just looking at this original floor, it is immaculate. There is not a tear in it. And look at all the corners are nice. The fits nice over the wheel wells. I mean, everything about this thing is nice. It's hard to not use this as a pattern. Whew. I don't know how I'd get it out without risking tearing it. Maybe rolling it on a tube, but I'm not sure. I really would like to use this as a pattern though, because it's gonna be, you know, dang on exact, so we'll see. All right, well, the original floor is out. You can see it left a little imprint on the wood from being there for so long, but it came out all in one piece. I just rolled it up on a big roll, and that was easy. So what I'm gonna go back with now is this aluminum composite, we call it ACM, aluminum composite material. Some people call it Sinabond or Omega Bond. That's like 2 name brands. All it is aluminum face plastic. So it's rigid, it's really lightweight, and I think that'll be perfect for making a new subfloor. We'll probably put that rubber back down and then put this over that, because I have no way to store that flat, and I really don't want to mess it up. So, but we can make the floor with it out, put it back in, put the floor on top. That'll work. As you saw, I did use the rubber floor as a template. Ended up just kind of thinking, well, if I roll it, it can't break, or it shouldn't. So, and it's in pretty nice shape. It's not too brittle. So, but it gave me pretty much perfect lines of where I need to cut on these panels to make the floor. So the flooring going in is 6 inches wide. So when you saw me cut this, you saw me cut about 3 inches off that 48-inch sheet. It's a 4x8, or it was, and then cut these to adjust so that that seam will go right through the middle of one of the 6-inch little boards. So that's all going to be all hidden, hopefully, and you won't be able to tell that there's a seam in the middle to make this one piece. All right, all the boards are in, and they look pretty good. This is a couple, maybe 2 hours or so of trying to trim and get them all to fit. Mainly just trimming out these the holes around the wheel wells, getting that to line up just perfect. But I'm really happy with this. I mean, I made it too short back here where it doesn't come all the way back, but it actually kind of works out because some of the wiring, you know, that's fine. I can always put in a little filler piece after if it bothers me, because that actually goes deeper than the door opening. I didn't realize it, but the front and everything else is really nice. The gaps in these panels are nice. So, ready to rock and roll on this now. All right, this is where I'm gonna leave you for today. The floors are in and the cabinets are just sitting in there. Next up, I've ordered a cool piece of laminate from Home Depot and we'll make a table.